Okay, so today we're going to be trying something out a little bit different. I've had a idea for kind of like a quick video that I'm going to try to do once a week, hopefully, where I sit down at the table, I tie a fly to take down the Roaring River, and I immediately leave the table and go try to catch a fish down there. Now, obviously, ideally in fly fishing, you get to the river, you observe your surroundings, and you pick a fly to fish with. I'm hoping that with as close as I am and as well as I know the river, that just kind of based off weather and what's been going on lately, I can kind of guess and build a fly that works for me. So having said that, today I'm just going to kind of make a kind of a tan colored streamer, something a little bit lighter colored but still natural. And we're going to go ahead and build that now and go down and see if we can catch fish on it here in just a second. So, with that being said, got a 14 size hook here, which is not tiny, but it's not huge. Kind of a tan colored thread. The tan is definitely going to be kind of the recurring theme of this fly. So it's a color that I've had pretty good luck in kind of this time of year, and with the current situations going on weather-wise, a little bit windy, so I don't really want to be throwing a dry fly out there right now, and I don't want to throw a teeny tiny like scud or something of that nature right now. So this is what we're going with. I like to fish streamers a lot when I can, just because they're honestly fairly simple to make and definitely simple to fish. And you can almost kind of fish them like a jig. You can kind of like sight fish them just a little bit if you need to. But you can also build them to where, like, if you're fishing in some little bit deeper water or something like that, like it's not a like have to situation. There we go. So we got tan colored chenille, little tan colored marabou on the back for the tail. It's kind of, I mean, it's basically just like a version of a woolly booger, which is probably one of the most popular and most well-known streamer flies that there is. So, got a bead head on it just to add a little bit of weight to it. Trying a little bit different material here than I usually use. It may be a little bit bulky, but I think it's going to be okay. Once I get the hackle on there and everything, it should be fine. Cut us a little anchor point. Tie that in, so then we're going to come back through. Trying not to mess up the body too much when you come back through. Hit that, and that, and that. Tie that down, back towards the tail. Cut that off close. And then kind of work it back through a little bit, back up towards the front, which will kind of cross wrap over the hackle and give it a little bit more stability. And then we give it a whip finish about 4 to 5 times. Got that. without cutting the hackle. We add a small dab of head cement onto the threads and where the knot is to hopefully keep that going. And that is the fly done here. This is going to be the one we take down and give it a shot. So just a pretty much tan woolly booger marabou tail and a small bead on the head for a little bit of weight. So we're gonna head down to the river. Probably gonna put this on the little 2-weight because that's just fun, and see if we can catch fish. All right, so we're now at the river. I am gingerly headed down slope to get into my position, and we're gonna try to cast a streamer into the wind here. We've got the 2-weight out today. I like fishing with the 2-weight. It's so much fun when you hook a fish on it. We're just gonna kind of get out there in front of some fish and let this drift over the top of them and see if it's something they're interested in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna lose this fish. There we go. Okay, caught up. All right, come here. It is not a giant, but it is a fish on the homemade fly, and it's landed. First fish of, actually, you know what, that fish isn't that bad. This is the first fish of the, I don't even know what I'm gonna call this series, but so there it is. Rainbow trout on the homemade fly. There he goes. The old jump start usually gets them. All right, so that is, actually I overestimated it. That was about half an hour. Tied the fly at about 4:30, it's 5:09. So I'm gonna try to catch a couple more, but if I don't, this is still successful trip number 1 on this series, where I try to I'm just gonna tie one fly. That's all I get. If it breaks off, I'm done. It's kind of a challenge for me to, I guess, get better at tying flies, and also like get better at knowing what flies to tie and when to tie them. So I'm gonna get back in the water, see if we can't catch 1 or 2 more, but successful challenge number 1. God, what else do you want? I mean, they are just absolutely coming right up to it, and then there we go. Out of the small stuff. Oh yeah, using the string. I need a little bit more. I'll tell you what, this 6-foot rod, you have to reel up a lot more than any other fly rod. Because usually you've got a 8-foot fly rod, so you have 8 foot of line that you just kind of drag with you. Okay, bud, come on. There we go. There we go.
Okie dokie. That is a little bit more effective right there. Out of the little shallow spot in the stream. That's literally the only reason I wanted to come over here, was because I love trying to catch these fish right here. So 2 fish on the same fly. There he goes. All right, I am done with my first iteration of this little event. I caught 2 fish, lost 1. He got in some grass and got away, but this is not gonna be what I'm shooting for this series. Is just like kind of fairly quick videos that keep you guys interested and just kind of show like making a fly, coming down the river, catching a fish or 2. Like, it's not gonna be super crazy cinematic long videos of lots of catches and stuff like that. So just kind of a smaller series that I'm gonna try to do, especially with me and Isaac kind of having some separate stuff to do now. So we're gonna try to do some solo stuff, and this is my first idea on what I'm gonna try to do and keep it somewhat consistent. So if you liked it, stick around, because I'm gonna try to do it at least once a week, hopefully. That is the goal. And gonna be tying some flies and catching some fish. And I hope to also kind of expand it. I may not stay just at the river, so I may try to do some different stuff, you know, tying some flies to catch some bass or something like that. So stick around, watch some more if you like it. Thank you very much.